everyone, and welcome back to the Champions Podcast with myself, Heather McCoy,
Champ Squires.
and today we have a special guest with us, somebody that we find so inspirational, and his name is Tyler White, also known as DJ TYWY, and we'll let him say why he's known as that. But he has such a testimony and amazing story and faith-filled story. And so we welcome you to the podcast, Tyler. How are you today?
I'm doing great. How are y'all?
We're doing good. So, for your story, part of your testimony starts because you have autism. How
Yes,
has
ma'am.
that been for you just growing up? Because obviously, Champ and I also have a disability and illness, so we know what it's like to grow up and just be different, but it's our normal. So, how has that been for you to grow up, just kind of seeing life in a different perspective?
Well, it's drawn me closer to my faith in Jesus. It's helped me overcome, helped me thrive, and just helped me keep going.
Yeah, and so you actually got an opportunity to be on a popular TV show, which was really cool, Love on the Spectrum. Did you ever think that you would ever be on a TV show?
I, well, I mean, I, I, s- I was going for broadcasting in college, whether to be a TV sportscaster, NASCAR announcer, or radio DJ, but I never would have imagined it would be like this. Falling in love with another girl on the spectrum and just having all the opportunities that God has blessed me with so far. It's a great feeling.
Yeah, and I'm sure just seeing all the things like, I mean, you're so busy because you just get all these opportunities, but you also work a regular job as well. And so to imagine, and I think there's so much stigma around autism sometimes because some people just don't quite understand us. Different levels of the spectrum allow
Yeah,
people to do different things. And so
exactly.
obviously for you, you're verbal, you're not nonverbal. And
Yes,
so you're
ma'am.
able to do all these things. What has it been like for you just to be able to DJ? Because I know you just have so much fun with that and you're kind of like all over the place.
Yeah, well, ever since the show, when it comes to DJ, before they just come up song requests. Now they want to pick a hug and then do song requests next.
They want an autograph
You're
too.
like your own
Yep.
celebrity. And I did see you actually got something that was incredible, which was you were able to be on the Opry stage, and I
Yes,
believe it
ma'am.
was Randy Travis that came out.
It
How was
was.
that?
Wow, I never would have imagined that. So apparently, we did a little singing date here in Plant City. I was singing Deeper Than the Holler, Randy Travis. Apparently, I got a request to be on the Dylan Weldon's Drifting Cowboys podcast. He saw the video and wanted to surprise me with Randy Travis. So I didn't know about this. So he wanted me to fly up to Nashville to do the podcast after CMA Fest. And little did I know, while I was at CMA Fest doing some MCing and stuff, the Opry wanted me to do an ad video. And then I got word they're going to do a podcast backstage at the Opry. I met Dylan for the first time. He's like, "Man, this seems to be awesome. You MC and stuff." I'm like, "Yeah, I can't believe this is better than what I expected." He said, "Well, watch out. It's about to be even better." So
And
I get backstage. I do the podcast. They say, "We want you to sing tonight at the Opry." So I get out there. I sing Deeper Than the Holler. And then I'm about to leave the stage. I did not hear the announcer, Mike Terry. And now, ladies and gentlemen, Randy Travis, he walks from the corner of my eye. I just about lose it. It such a great moment.
you've been a country music fan probably your whole life, right?
Yes, ma'am. I love all types of music: country, pop, R&B, classic rock, Christian. But the thing I love about country music, it's real stories about real life. I love the love songs. Whenever I DJ and play a love song, the the couple seem to respond more to the country love songs than the pop love songs. And then, of course, I love that even in a secular genre, there's room for Jesus. And of course, another thing I think a lot of people love about country music is the patriotism and how after 9/11 they released songs based on how Americans felt when our country was attacked on 9/11.
Yeah, it's such like you said, true storytelling, and there's all different types of topics that country music covers, and I'm a songwriter myself, and just being able to I don't like to box myself in. I
Yeah,
like to just
it
talk about everything, and it's just music is such a coping mechanism, and I'm
it
sure for
is.
you
Matter of
is
fact, I'm writing songs myself. I'm doing some writing and recording in Nashville on Music Row, and just wrote 2 songs already. Got to do 8 to 12 more, and that's why I'm gonna fly back up to Nashville pretty soon to do that, and gonna have an album out too.
hey, we might have to hook up because that
Yeah,
songwriting is something special. And
it is.
I'm gonna let Champ ask a question, so I'm not just hogging the
Oh my
mic over here
Lord.
because I know he's got one.
I'm just over here just cheesing away because the southern draws for both of y'all today is like off the chain. Heather, I don't know if you took some kind of southern drawl medication before you got on the show. Um, Tyler, I wanted you to talk a little bit about the autism thing because I think it doesn't define you, but it is who you are.
It is.
And I think a lot of people, we say we talk about disabilities or whatever the case may be, but people we talk about them and then people kind of go off to their own little thing. So what is living with autism been like for you? Like, what are some of your triggers or what are some of the things that you deal with if you feel comfortable talking about that kind of stuff?
Okay, so one of the things early on about me, I've learned how to overcome this now, so this ain't a problem for me now. But back when I was little, I had trouble with the Happy Birthday song because sometimes restaurants they start getting a little bit too loud. But I've learned how to overcome that by God, and just that don't bother me no more now. And then of course it took me about 7 tries to get my learner's permit test because I had a hard time understanding the questions, but I got it. I now drive and I drive a Chevy Trailblazer myself, and I've had to learn how to rely on God to help me get where I am today. And it's been a challenge, but thanks to God, I'm here. And I'm able to function.
Mm-hmm. Talk about the show. Talk about what that was like for you, because I think that kind of was that kind of the spark that kind of transitioned the kind of the my words are not coming to me today. But just the transition of how that changed your life, your influence, your impact, your sphere of influence. Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, so I've been with Autism Speaks for about 6 years. They've had me DJ and MC all of our functions across Florida as well as the Georgia one in Atlanta. And then, of course, I'm also the concert MC for Special Smiles Day at the Strawberry Festival here in Plant City, Florida. So I found out about being on the show through a Facebook ad. They were looking for somebody in the Tampa St. Pete area to go with a girl on the spectrum. I've always said, if the Lord ever saw fit for me to be with someone on as somebody on the spectrum, and be with another one on the spectrum. So I filed out the paperwork. I did my audition video. And then a couple weeks later, I was on my way back from Arkansas DJing for my cousin's wedding and got called to be on the show, and the rest is history.
And so when it comes to being able to obviously be in a relationship with your beautiful girlfriend, Madison, how has that been? Because obviously, when you meet someone that lives the shoes that you live, it is a different type of bond
It is.
than it is someone that doesn't deal with that. Not that that doesn't mean they're important, but you get what I mean there.
Yes.
How has that been for you and Madison to just grow in your relationship, knowing you both understand exactly what the other one goes through? Do you think that in a way makes you even closer to be able to have such an amazing relationship?
Absolutely. I mean, the way I look at it, both of us being on the spectrum, it causes us to help each other overcome the different struggles we face. I mean, there's things she struggles with differently than I do, but the thing about it is we're both on the spectrum and we can both help each other
Mm,
through overcome that thing. So I think it's really helped me to help her, and
mm,
I love that we help each other, we compromise, and we're always there and supportive for each other.
Dan, you make
love
such a cute couple. It's like every post y'all make, you can just tell that y'all just radiate joy. I mean, just being around each other, you can just see it in your face and in your eyes that just having each other is something that You both probably never could have imagined that God would have blessed you with such an amazing partner.
Hmm.
Yes, ma'am. As a matter of fact, not only did I want my love to be on the spectrum, but also be like me, someone on the spectrum that is a Christian that believes in God and has
Hmm.
strong convictions. And I do believe the good Lord just worked a miracle when I fell in love with it, when we fell in love.
I love that. Worked a miracle when we fell in love because, and Heather, I'm just going to be honest for a minute, a little transparent. So, living with cerebral palsy, I always said no. Like I didn't want to, and that's again, this is just me that I didn't want to kind of, unless the Lord really saw fit to meet somebody or to fall in love with somebody who was dealt with some kind of physical limitation, whether that be autism or whatever the case. But I think just hearing your story is just incredible because it's a challenge. I think without it even meaning to be a challenge, to see people as people. And we talked about that on the episode several times of just seeing people as people and acknowledging their worth and their dignity as image bearers of God. And so I just think that's incredible. Thank you for sharing that.
And Ty-
Absolutely. I mean, I would be at peace with whatever God had for me because He's helped me overcome a lot. But I know that right now He's saying that I needed to be in a relationship, and right now He gave me what I need with Madison.
I love that. I
And Tyler,
love
what would your message be? As we know, sometimes people that don't deal with maybe what we on this podcast face every day, what would be your advice to people that may be new to learning about autism? Because I feel like you're such incredible people. Like, I think it's so misunderstood that obviously there's different levels of it, but it's so misunderstood that you're hardworking, you're loyal, you're loving, you're just filled with wisdom and joy. What would your advice be or your message to people that maybe have never interacted with someone with autism?
You gotta love them and just realize just because someone else on the spectrum may be a little different, don't mean that person is. I mean, like I'm verbal, of course. I can drive, and there's also a rumor that, or not a rumor, but there's a thing that people with autism they don't like a lot of affection. Which me, I'm a hugger. So I mean, the thing about it is, you just gotta love and accept them for who they are.
Oh, I love it. I
You
love it.
and
I love
Champ
it.
would be best friends then because
Oh
he
my
likes to
God.
hug too.
I do. It's so funny though because and I'm the girl that I'm dating has a sister who also has autism, and so the spectrum is so vastly different. And so it's so cool and neat to hear your story and to know what I see on a consistent, but also to see your resilience, your determination is incredible. So that's really cool.
Thank you.
So, what is something that you have exciting going on? Obviously, if it's something secret you can't share, that's fine. But what do you have exciting coming up soon? Because I know you've been like all over, but you were just at a Lainey Wilson concert.
Yes,
What do you
ma'am.
have coming up?
Well, of course, I've got the album. I got to write 8 to 12 more songs with the two songs. This weekend, I'm going to be flying to Nashville. Saturday, I got an MC at Red Bull Jukebox. I'm going to be interviewing the artists there. And then I'm going to take part in the red carpet at the BMI Awards and then be part of the CMA Awards. I don't know what I'm doing there yet, but they'll let me know sometime this week. And of course, I've got I got a DJ the Autism Speaks walk in Tampa, as well as sing the national anthem at Pig Jam. Then I'm doing a I'm emceeing the concerts at Christmas Lane here in Plant City, Florida. Then I got to fly back to Nashville, of course, for the writing and recording. And then after Christmas, go back to Nashville again, do a little MCing or DJing there on Broadway for New Year's Eve. I'm going to be going to Albuquerque in January for Albuquerque Comic Con, get to MC at the Strawberry Festival. The lineup comes out tomorrow, and then got the Autism Speak stuff in West Palm Beach. I'm DJing that, and then I'm doing the rodeo in Houston. I'm going to be DJing and singing at the Houston Rodeo. So A lot going on.
Wow, you got your schedule booked, don't you? Champ, I
I
think
was, I
I
was about
finally
to
found somebody that's busier than you, okay?
as he was talking, I was thinking, wonder what Heather's over there thinking and conjuring up now because I love that. I do. I love that. That's incredible.
Yeah, Nashville is one of my all-time favorite places too. And
Oh,
obviously
I love
being a
Nashville.
musician and songwriter is just it's like a Disney World, which I love Disney World too, but
I do too.
it's like the adult Disney World, I guess. What is one of
Well,
your
kids are
favorite
allowed Nashville.
places to go to in Nashville?
Well, obviously, I like going to the Opry.
Uh,
Me and Madison, we dance at Category 10. Luke Combs. Of course, this year at CMA Fest, they had me MC on the Chevy Vibe stage and at the Sin Amphitheater. I think they're going to have me MC with Stormy Warren next year at Nissan Stadium. So there's a lot of fun places there, indeed. And we like eating at the Rainforest Cafe too.
Yeah, I like there too. Yeah, it's I wish I didn't live so far from Nashville sometimes, but at the same time, I say I might be broke if I did live any closer because I'd
Hey,
want to do
exactly.
everything.
Yeah.
So, Tyler, what does it mean to be a champion to you? Like, if I asked you, what does it mean for you to beat the odds? What has it done for you? What does it mean to you? What do you think your mission on this earth has been? And apparently, whatever it's been, or whatever you're gonna say, I'm gonna automatically say you've knocked it out of the park. So just and I've never even met you in person, but just hearing your story, you've knocked it out of the park. So, what does it mean to be a champion to you?
Always hang in there, keep fighting, keep working, be positive, persevere, be determined, and always put your faith in Jesus. I mean, you never give up.
And
Never. Give
Simple as that.
I have a mentality of people have asked me over the years, like, would you choose to, like, if you had a different road that you could choose without living with cystic fibrosis, would you take it? And I don't know that I would. And I know some people would probably say, well, that's crazy. But at the same time, I feel like God's destiny for me was to have this so I can have a testimony, so I can show others what it's like to live and defy the odds and just live with joy in my heart, even through what
Same
I go
here.
through. I assume you feel that same way because it's all you've ever known. But I
Yeah.
mean, just look at what God is doing for you. I mean, you're just like we're having the honor here of talking to a celebrity pretty much. I mean, you're all over the place. People know your name. I mean, they know your story. They're probably even looking up autism because of your story. And I mean, I know you have quite a bit of social media followers as well. How has that been for you just to know that you can share your story with so many people and what it means to live with challenges but still live a good life and a faith-filled life?
Oh, it's a great feeling. I mean, as you mentioned about the social media followers, I want to follow them all, but sometimes it's too many to keep up with. But it's so great whenever I see social media followers, or just whenever I'm out in public eating or at an airport, they want to come up and take a pic and say, "Oh, your story has inspired me." I mean, I think it's one of the greatest feelings in the world to know that I'm helping somebody and being a testimony to them. I think it's just amazing.
Heather, I'm going to switch it up. I know we've only got a few more minutes, and I'm going to switch it up on both you and I. What do you see when you look at Tyler, and then I'll jump into that because I think there's something there too of the, and I'll go ahead and let you know a little bit of mine is just the humility of like wanting to interact with the people that look at you and say you're incredible, because they see the spark for life and for determination and just like you know Heather likes to talk about the whole idea of being a celebrity, and I sit here and think I, I've never really been somebody who just gets kind of fanboyish over people because I know that somebody they had to start somewhere to get where they are, and just the way that you have seems to resolve and push forward and your desire to like want to interact with the people who look at you you and follow you and say, "Wow, that's incredible." So it's just incredible. So Heather, what do you see when you see Tyler? I'm just curious.
I see someone that is inspirational. I see someone that is filled with joy for life and gratitude for where he's at and has a testimony that's powerful. And someone I think I see even a lot of myself and at that age of
Absolutely.
not being ashamed, not being embarrassed of what you live with, but just saying, hey, yeah, I've got it, but it ain't going to stop me. And I think that is such a powerful way to live. I mean, what good is it if you dwell on what you have to deal with instead of going out there and living and pursuing your dreams? And so that's
Exactly.
what I see when I see Tyler.
I
I
love
see
that.
someone that's determined.
I mean, there was a weatherman on TV in Arkansas where I grew up, Ed Buckner. He had Tourette's, but still didn't let that stop him from doing his job. And one thing he said that really spoke to me about me being on the spectrum is you could either embrace it or do good with it or hide it and curse it. But to me, I choose to embrace it and just do good with it.
Mm, embrace it. Wow. Or you could hide it and curse it. And what if it was given as a gift? Um,
I think it was given as a gift.
I think this one, Heather, and you can tell it in my face. This one's probably been my favorite of the month so far. We've got a special one coming up this week or tomorrow that we're gonna record, but this one has been my favorite one so far because I don't know, you spoke to my soul, and I'm just so grateful for that. Thank you, Tyler.
Thank y'all for having me.
Yeah, and I think, you probably hear all the time you're inspirational and awesome, but I truly hope you really believe that because
Great
I
word.
mean,
Thank you.
we've never even spoken before and know each other personally, but the fact that, I mean, you come on here and we're talking like we've known each other 20 years. I mean, it's just, you
Exactly.
have,
Oh, I love it. I
you,
love it. Oh, I
you just
Yeah.
love
have you just have that joy and that personality. And Champ and I are the same way. We don't like to dwell. We like to say, hey, we've got it, but we're going to push forward. We're going to do what God has us here to do. And I truly believe God has a lot of work left for you to do because
Thank
I
you.
mean, and like I said, heck, I'd even love to hear your songs and like I said, hook up with you with songwriting because I just
Yeah.
think you have such a powerful story. And
Wow.
can you talk about a little bit as we finish up here today about what your songs? I know sometimes you can't talk about it with contracts, but can you kind of give us a teaser of what your songs will be about?
Well, one of the songs is going to be based off of me and Madison's first date. And then the second one, I talk about the stuff she likes and what we like and what I love about her. So the first two are love songs. One's a true slow dance love song. Another one's kind of one of those happy,
Mhm.
get you moving to. And then I'm going to be writing some other songs, going to be more love songs, songs about working hard, about overcoming obstacles. I might even write a little bit about Jesus and stuff like that. And then of course I got a song 16. I got a song idea called Highway 1639 because I grew up in two small towns, Plant City, Florida, and Shirley, Arkansas. Highway 39 represents Plant City. Highway 16 represents Shirley. So it's going to be fun to get to Nashville, work on those songs, and then put the album out. It's going to be a good time.
Well, I can already predict that we're going to be seeing you on tour someday.
Oh,
Never know.
I can
I feel
already
that.
feel that
I
that's
just love the
coming.
joy. The joy is infectious, and the draw is hilarious.
Thank you.
I'm gonna be writing about this. I will be writing about that. Okay, I
Champ
love it.
has one too. He just don't like to admit
I don't like doing, but I don't
It's all
curse
right.
it. Okay.
it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
I
Tyler,
think
we so appreciate your vulnerability and just the joy that you have brought to this episode. And I know so many people are going to listen to this and just be touched by you and your soul and your story. And we are just so overwhelmed with joy today that you were able to come on here and share. And I want you to share your social media so that people can make sure they go on and follow you because you obviously post regularly. And also, if you would like to share Madison's as well, because y'all kind of know tag each other on stuff.
Exactly. You can follow me on Instagram at Tyler White _ Love on the Spectrum, TikTok at Tyler White _ DJ, and then you can follow Madison at Madison _ Marilla. I think on all of her pages.
Well, I definitely already follow you.
I'm gonna be
and-
following you in like 10 minutes because this is a freaking oh my god. Like I feel like I just got a boost of energy this morning. That was thank you. Thank you for joining. We hope
Thank y'all
that
for
you
having me.
enjoyed today's episode, and we look forward to seeing you back next week with another installment of the Champions Podcast. And if there was ever a doubt, today I think we spoke with a true champion, and I'm incredibly thankful for that. So, hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next week.
God bless you all, and thank you so much for joining us, Tyler.
Thank y'all for having me. Oh, yeah, baby.